Good evening. So I have all of these books here. I want to read one. I have not gotten any suggestions on what to read tonight, so I'm gonna read my personal favorite bedtime story that my mom used to read to me. And this is the original book. This book is called I Love You, Stinky Face. And it's written by Lisa McCourt and illustrated by Sid Moore. It's a great story. I've had this book my entire life. It's literally falling apart. So we're going to be very careful reading this, okay? I love you, Stinky Face. My kitty's sitting here too. Okay. I love you, my wonderful child, said Mama as she tucked me in. But I had a question. Mama, what if I were a big, scary ape? Would you still love me then? If you were a big, scary ape, I would comb your whole hairy self to make sure you don't have any tangles. And I would make your birthday cake out of bananas. And I would tell you, I love you, my big, scary ape. But mama, what if I were a super smelly skunk and I smelled so bad that my name was Stinky Face? Then I would give you a bath and sprinkle you with sweet smelling powder. And if you still smelled bad, I wouldn't mind, and I would hug you tight and whisper in your ear, I love you, Stinky Face. Okay, a little cat interlude. There we go. Now we're sitting on my phone. But mama, what if I were an alligator with big sharp teeth that could bite your head off? Ooh, look at those eyebrows. He really meant that. Then I would buy you a bigger toothbrush for your big teeth and make sure that you brush them every night so they'd be strong and healthy. And if you had a sore throat, I would stick my head right in your enormous jaws to make sure you were okay. And I would say, I love you, my ferocious alligator. Aw, with the teddy, a little bear. Wait, look, where's mine? I got my lamb too. My emergency support lamb. When I need her most, she's right there waiting for me. But mama, what if I were a terrible meat-eating dinosaur with razor-sharp claws that ripped my sheets to shred every night while I slept? This kid has anxiety, bro. Then I would give you plenty of meat to eat, if that is what you liked. And I would sew your sheets back together every day, because after all, ripping them would be an accident. And I would tuck you into your newly mended sheets every night and say, I love you, my sweet, terrible dinosaur. But mama, what if I were a swamp creature with slimy, smelly seaweed hanging from my body and I couldn't ever leave the swamp or I would die? Then I would build a house right next to the swamp and I would stay with you and take care of you always. And when you splash to the surface, I would say, I love you, my slimy little swamp monster. Look at her kisses. She's blowing him kisses. Oh, I love this story. Okay, we're getting to the end. My favorite page. But mama, what if I were a green alien from Mars and I ate bugs instead of peanut butter? Then I would dress you in colors that showed off your nice green skin. And I would pack your lunchbox with beetles and spiders and ants and grasshoppers and the tastiest bugs you've ever had. And I would pack a note with the bugs that said, I love you, little greenie. Bon appetit. This was always my favorite page growing up because this little greenie dresses like my aunt / Miss Frizzle. Like that hippie bohemian, like eccentric vibe. I always loved it. Okay. Oh, this book is so much more destroyed than I thought it was. I'm gonna have to mend it. But mama, what if I were a cyclops and I had just one big, gigantic eye in the middle of my head? Then I would look right into your gigantic eye and say, I love you, my little cyclops. And I would sing you a lullaby until your one gigantic eyelid got droopier and droopier. And it finally closed and you fell fast asleep. He's kind of giving Humpty Dumpty. Like, egg vibes. I love you, mama. I love you, my wonderful child. The end. What a great story. Thank y'all for listening, for tuning in. There will be more books to come. I know my YouTube is kind of all over the place right now, but I have so many books. There's some of the other book options. We have The Case of the Lost Temper, The Napping House, I Am Okay to Feel, The Good, the Bad, and the Silly, and Good Night, Duke. We've got lots of options, and I have more that are tucked away in my bins, and I have libraries everywhere around me. So if you would like to see more stories, or if you have a special story requested, I will get it from the library. Just let me know. I would love to keep sharing story time with everyone. I love sharing the books that I've read, and I really enjoyed being read to as a child, and I miss it as an adult, so I want to keep that alive. And I was inspired by someone on TikTok who was reading to his followers, and he had adult story time, and it was amazing. And I want to see more storytelling, more kid stories being read to adults. So this is my contribution. I love you. Sweet dreams.